Mm, mm, mm. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Buenos dias. If you are speaking Spanish, I am Jamie Irvin. Welcome to the E2T morning show with Jamie, and we are going to get this party started right away. Hope you had a great weekend. You ready to get this week up and running for our trading? Let's take a look at what's going on in the pre-market. Dow futures currently up 0.33%. S&P futures up 0.27%. Nas futures is up 0.32% as of right now. Right? Last week, S&P 500 had a great week. So stock futures climbed following S&P 500's best week of the year. Europe all green. All green. Their markets rallied at the start of a data-packed week. All right. Asia, mixed bag, mostly down. The Nikkei is up slightly, 0.08%, and Shanghai is up the most at 0.51%. There's a lot going on in terms of crypto. And by a lot going on, I don't mean anything on the negative side. I'll just say movement. In terms of the crypto space, Bitcoin has topped 82,000, which was kind of sort of expected. Once Trump got into office, he has shown a propensity, if you will, to be Bitcoin friendly, or at the very least, a fan of deregulation in some areas. That might be another way of saying it as well. But it says here, Trump is the most pro-stock market president in history, according to Wharton's Siegel. Okay. We got earnings kicking off. Just another day of earnings. So here's what's going on. There's a lot of my faves that, or at the very least, ones that I have been watching for a while that are going to be reporting later in the week. But for the start for today, some of you may be familiar with Monday.com. Monday. I put them in the same spaces like human resources, type software. Put them in there. I see Aramark, which I have heard of them. We got Global Ship Lease, Nuwellis, Rockwell Medical, Bridgestone Tires. That's all before the market opens. Zeta and Grab. So Monday, Zeta and Grab are all in the tech space. I usually divide up everything by hardware and software when I'm talking tech. The purple boxes is usually something software and or just non-hardware related. And so that's where Zeta and Grab are both in those. Some of you are probably familiar with Live Nation. They're in there as well. Valco Energy is in here. So that's after close. Tuesday, we got Shopify before the open. Plug is also before the open, as well as Home Depot. They're in there as well. Hertz, I can't even speak on them. Bit Farms, because of crypto, do not be surprised to start seeing Bitfarm, BITF is their ticker. Do not be surprised to start seeing them. HUD8 and Hive, as well as Mara and Riot. Mara right here is Marathon Holdings. And Riot, you might see them as well because they're all in that space. So Shopify before market open, SoundHound, I'm expecting them to start making some noise because they are in the AI space, and they're more so the voices. They've have the software to voice AI, so it wouldn't even surprise me if they start taking off a little bit. And then there's Instacart down there for Tuesday. I'll just go as far as Wednesday for right now. But Hut 8, another one mining for Bitcoin. CyberArk is in the tech space. Tower Semiconductors and Strata both are on the hardware side of tech. Then, of course, down here you got Bitcoin Depot. That's before market open on Wednesday. After close on Wednesday, you got Cisco, D-Local, and Cooler. Those are on there. Two of those, of course, is Cisco and Cooler will qualify for my purposes on the hardware side. And then Smith Micro Software is one that we don't hear about that much, but if you look up SMSI, you find some interesting stuff. This HP right here is not Hewlett Packard. Again, this round here is not Hewlett Packard. What this is actually the phrasing of the what the company name actually is like a long name, but Hewlett Packard is HPE. So it's close on that one, but that's not Hewlett Packard. Hewlett Packard is tech. So just to be aware of that. Alrighty. If anybody had, first of all, good morning, everybody. I am looking in the comments. I do not see an alert, but I do see a couple of good morning, Tamar, good morning, Janae. I do see a ticker already, so we will definitely swing around to that. Let's take a look at our calendar for today. Today is a bank holiday. It's a bank holiday, Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans. Bank holiday all day, so we don't have any folders that we have to worry about, quote unquote, worry about under Forex Factory. However, if you've been on this call for any amount of time, you know that investing.com probably got some extra stuff to show us. So usually there's something. Let me see. Nope, bank holiday. So we cleared. Now they got stuff from other countries, obviously, but usually they give us a little something so we can skip them. Let's go right on to Mancini. According to Mancini, longs continue to pay for the move of the year in SPX as tweeted. Non-stop, nothing to do but trail stops, get paid until it ends. 6,004 was Friday target hit. 6019 plus is next up here. Lock more in. The plan today is 6033, 6063 is next. 6,004 through 6,009 is support. First micro dip to 5988 starts below. So one way of doing this would be, let's go here. We're gonna put this in here. We'll go Mancini. Do it this way for the charts. I'm gonna show the name on the right, show the price on the right. There we go. What is that? 6033, right? So we'll put that up there. And then 6063. 6063. We'll just duplicate this. 6063. And we will switch this to the 15-minute chart in a second. I am just putting this on the chart to have an idea as the day progresses where price is at. I'm going to switch this to the 15-minute chart. We'll bring this down. This is what happened on the last session. Had a small gap up. It did a little bit of retracing and then just took off. It did not close near where it opened. So that was definitely a bullish day there. And so we got 6,009 through, or 6,004 through 6,009, 59.88. All right, let's go 59.88. Put that on there, 59.88. And now we got enough on here. We'll go 6,004. Now all I'm going to do is just make that a stronger line. 6,004 through 6,009. So now there's 6,009 right there. So we'll see what happens once this opens. Obviously, we know sometimes it'll gap up and do a whole bunch of other stuff. This is the chart that I will use for the rest of the week. And so we'll be back on Wednesday and Friday. So we'll be able to play catch up and see what has progressed during the week as we follow S&P 500. And we'll say the same thing for RUT as well. What I'm marking here is just the gaps that I see currently. This was a gap up. Buyers pushed this up. And so I'm just simply preparing this version of the chart so that when we come back to it, we already have our lines in for our gaps. All right. I will not geek out on you, I promise. Geek out. I promise I won't. I'll do my best to curb my enthusiasm. All right. So here are the gap ups. There's really technically one more here. We should be aware of that one. You don't really see it, but it is here. You got to zoom in on some of these in order to see them. But that's what that is. I said geek. So here we go. All righty. We're at all-time highs up here, 6,012. Is that right? No, 59.95. So yeah, all-time highs. Current price, 59.95. We are close. There's no reason why we can't gap up. All right. And here we go. So this is what we'll be dealing with at market open. So we will wait to see. I see coin on the list. Let's see what coin is talking about. Okay, we already have this charted, so that's good. The blue lines on these charts represent the monthly price points where prices turned around on the monthly chart. Matter of fact, I see on this one, I can switch this to blue because enough of them have went there, right? So blue is for monthly, yellow is weekly, and green is daily. So when I switch the charts, when I'm back in like 15-minute, 30-minute, when I see these colors, I know how strong the price point is. So that gives me an idea of what I'm dealing with. So that's all that really represents. Everybody has their system for their charts. I would encourage you highly to find whatever works for you to be able to recognize what's going on in your chart. That's what works for me. So what I'm seeing with coin, I actually trade coin. So I have been anticipating something was gonna go down related to Bitcoin. Anyway, so from afar, this looks like what we would call a cheer formation. Leg in, base, leg out, right here. So I would consider this to be in a buyer zone, but there's definitely a buyer zone, leg in, two in the base, leg out. right here is where I'll put that. But I'm looking to see, looking for something. There you go. I want to see what was happening up here. So current price is at 270. So this right here, and we're marking this because we're about to look at the options chain. So we at least want to have an idea, and I'll even do 5. We at least want to have an idea of where the zones are. Ding, 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 market open. Woo! Look at that gap up on Coinbase. So this green line, these thicker green lines, is showing you where the seller zone is for Coinbase. It is back here. We're using this formation right here, leg in, base, leg out. Let me make sure you can see that. And this is December 8th of 2021. That's where that is. And it has been at least look like it's been up there before. Just trying to retest it. And it gapped up over it on today. So this formation would look something like this. It gapped up over its previous, so it was already at a high point, and it gapped up over that high point right there. So given what this is looking like right now, and again, because we are, right here at the market, I will just do something like that. Well, I guess we can do it this way. Leg in, 2 in the base, leg out. And then I'm just going to put this as a dotted line because it's right here in this zone right now anyway. So we just make that a dotted line. So we still have a seller zone above it. This was the seller zone right here. And that's what it got up above for coin. So again, since the market just opened, I'm not looking to get in, but we can always look at the options chain to see what the options chain is looking like. Let's do that. So for this week, let me make sure. What is this? Okay, this is new. So I'm on Thinkorswim, and I've learned a valuable lesson on anything on my watch list. I have now made it a habit before I even consider entering the trade to come over here to the watch list on Thinkorswim. They automatically put this information in, if I'm not mistaken. There's no indicator for these. These appear automatically. This is corporate action. And so I came over here to check to see if I was seeing anything like this little red telephone, this green dollar sign is a dividend. The red telephone is going to be earnings. The red telephone is an earnings conference call. The blue light is earnings. So if you don't think of Swim, you have this information that's automatically built in. That I can tell. I didn't do a ticker for this watch list side. So I've been making it a habit to come and check anything on my list to see if there's any type of something coming up, because that is one way to get burned. All right. So for coin, it looks like it is pushing up. And since this was the old seller zone, then that means that it could very well retest off of here. It's too early. It is too early in the market to determine that this is a full, that this is a full gap right here, meaning that it won't come back down here. But the request was put in for coin. So to chart it and to take a look at it, I would be all things being equal, I would be like way up here, 79% out the money. That's what this column is for me. Again, we are way too early in the market to enter, but I will chart whatever someone requests. Because right now, this is a fast spread. The 70, 77, 80, 92. Right now, price is going to be flipping all around. And don't forget, whenever you're dealing with the morning push, you got orders coming in, you got all kinds of things happening. Anything that happened over the weekend, all that is being baked into this push and this movement. But if somebody was looking to see just the buyer and seller zones, this is the way I would set that up, with these pink areas being the gaps. And then on my chart, again, these blue lines. So this came up past this week. This monthly line is blue. The weekly line is yellow. So it is doing some movement this morning. Janae says, this feels like a result of the election. Bitcoin is soaring. I agree 100%. 100. Good morning, Alyssa. Good morning, Lady T. Good morning, Lisa Henry. Yeah, I agree 100%. Like I said earlier, I think that Trump is what I would consider to be either, you can classify it as pro Bitcoin or you can classify it as pro deregulation. Either way, I have been reading that this was probably likely that Bitcoin was going to take off in some way, or at the very least cryptocurrency. So I am not surprised at all. And it would not surprise me if it keeps taking off. We're looking at SPX right now. And we will go back to coin and look at the options chain, but I just want to give it a little bit of time to kind of die down some. So this is just a swing point, an area where price has turned around before, either because of support or resistance. So I am marking that on this 15-minute chart for SPX, just to have an idea of what levels and what areas are being affected as I continue to watch SPX. There are different, some of us use different strategies in terms of the 15-minute breakout and things of that nature. So having that information can always be a plus, right? So just watch that to see what happens. I'm going to put a couple lines in here, probably somewhere in here. So we're just watching and see when it comes back down. So this is that morning, this morning's gap up. Now the other thing, according to, what is this here? So this was at 4 o'clock on the last session. I'm gonna bring this line down because it closed down here and then it gapped up. All right. So we're gonna watch the battle happen throughout the day. Hopefully you guys, I don't know if y'all taking snapshots of this or what have you, but we at least got that part set up. And then we're gonna look at Russell. All right. It's the 15-minute chart on Russell 2000, small cap stocks. Word on the street is small cap stocks under this administration may also start taking off. That is not investment advice. I'm just telling you what I read. Would not surprise me at all, actually. That seems to be what the focus is. This is, again, we're at highs right here. Even if we went to monthly, switch to a monthly chart with the highest concentration of all of these prices, each candle represents a month. The highest right here is 2458.86. So we are at highs. Now remember, The day of the election, the day after the election, rather, the market shot up. We can probably use the phrase "took off like a rocket." I think it will qualify. So when that happened, you saw a whole lot of stuff taking off at the same time. Small cap, S&P 500, NASDAQ, everything went up. So that's going to be reflected in our charts, right? So right now I'm just putting in the swing points where I see prices turned around. I'm going to take this one off. Here, I see a little bit here. We'll do weekly as well. And again, just putting this on the I don't trade SPX anymore. I don't trade SPX with any regularity, is more accurate to say. But if I see opportunities, I will take advantage of them if I can. I chart SPX only because everybody else in our ecosystem, many other people still trading. We have strategies for it, but I'm cool. I'm cool with Russell. Me and Russell cool. So that's why I try. And I know there's other people on our call, on our live stream who trade Russell as well. I ain't the only one. So now we're at the daily, and we're going to and this is for the daily. This is the daily gap that happened. This is last week. So like I said, we're going to be coming back to this chart. So we want to put in everything we need. So when we come back on Wednesday. So this price point, these price points, these gaps, I was saying this, I believe it was last week. Keep this price point in mind, 2,300 for Russell. So 2,300, 2260 to 2,300. This gap is enough that at some point, this is probably going to come back to retrace and is going to have to hit this gap at some point. It's bound to happen. So the thing is, can we take advantage? How do we take advantage of that is the question. In my case, what I do, since this is on the daily chart, I'm going to pull out this gap, this box that I'm using out a little bit further. So as time goes on, I'll just wait for it to hit that gap area. And once I see it, then I know it may bounce off of there. Since the pressure of the buyers push this up, when it comes back, it might continuously push it up for a little bit. And this particular gap is the smaller one that was showing up on the chart. But the one that I just put in there was this one down here. Right. So it's a little bit different. Okay. Yep. Hey, Natasha Standard. Hello. Alrighty. Here's what else we got going on. I think we covered. Let's see here. Whoops. Want to pull up. We do have, and I thought we do have a calendar. E2T has a calendar. Here it is. These are the goings-ons for E2T for November 2024. Of course, we have our morning call for YouTube. That should be 9. What is it? What time do we start? 9:29. I don't even know. It's morning time, y'all. I'm not a morning person. Sorry. But it's not 9:45. I know it's earlier than that. So we got a YouTube call at 5 p.m. On Sundays, we got a morning call, but today is a chart and trade kickoff that has been getting promoted for the past, I would say, month and some change. So we have that kicking off tonight at 7 p.m. We have the training on this Thursday at 7 p.m., the E2T training call. And then on Monday, so if you notice on Mondays is when we have this kickoff. Should not be on here twice, but that's another thing altogether. So, I see what I'm seeing. I got you. These dates in here, we're further in November. So my bad. So 9:20, 9:20, 9:20. That's the start time for the morning call. Gotcha. I gotcha. Our VIP session for the chart and trade session 1 is 8:15 on Thursday. It's coming Thursday. Session 2 next Thursday. Thanksgiving. Market is closed on the 28th. All right. We have another VIP session on the 26th after Thanksgiving. Or before Thanksgiving, sorry, right here. We on Saturdays do have the chart and trade for the membership, which is at 10 o'clock, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. Right. So if you are interested, we have a whole lot going on this particular month. All right. So yeah, I know. Plenty going on for this month. It's going to be a packed month for November and December because the chart and trade is a 6-week run. All right. So get your pens and your pencils ready. And let's get ready to do some learning, if you will. All right. I don't think we're leaving anything out that I can think of offhand. Coin. Let's go back to coin. And let's go back to coin. The buyers and the sellers. I almost start singing that song, Beans and Cornbread Had a Fight. The buyers and sellers are having a fight right here. And I know this because whenever we see a wick, what we're seeing is the result of pressure. If you remember when we first took a look at this was pushing up. So that means the buyers were pushing this up. And now the sellers are like, psych, not happening. So that's what's happening right there. Okay? That's what's happening right there. If you are so interested in being a part of the membership, you can go to educator2trader.com. It's going to take you to this VIP. I want to call it the VIP membership site, but it's really just the MV site app. But anyway, this is where you will go to sign up, where you can join the community. You can look at the products that are here. This is the chart and trade 100K options blueprint, right? There's plenty for you to pick up here. Here's the membership here on the right side. You are so interested. Click. Yep, I want to be a part of the membership. There are plenty of things for you to look at. But also, if you scroll down, I'm going to tell you the one that I would highly recommend is this options wheel strategy. This options course, especially if you are new to selling options, I will put that one on the list. Most definitely. There's a link in the bio. I know I put a link in the bio for that. The other one that I would recommend is Options 411, Unlocking the Basics. So those two are the ones I definitely would say if you new to options, that's a good starting point. That's just me. Those are the ones that help me out. So those are the ones that I would say for the starters. If you starting off, I think those are good. All right, people. We were going to look at coin. Did the market settle a tad bit? This is not where I would get in. I usually would wait till about 10 o'clock-ish, but I definitely check for numbers. And in this case, when we first came to the options chain, 80%, the 80% out the money, and I'm sorry, 340 and 345, when we first looked at this chart, both of these, the bid and the ask were both 500. And that's why I was like, I'll come back later, because those two numbers were too close together. I knew that there needed to be at least a little bit of space in there. This is about what we're looking at on the 5 spread. 340 minus 345 minus 340 is a 5 spread. It's $500 collateral. So if I was doing a call credit spread above price on this particular one, again, I will still not be getting in right now. But based on this out the money amount right here, we're looking at almost 60 cents or $60 on $500 collateral. So that is over 10% return on collateral. All right. Good morning, Drew. There are some of us who probably would be considering an iron condor, depending on how this plays out over the next, I would say 45 minutes and some change. Remember, this is a gap right here, and a gap can provide support and or resistance, depending on where it's placed. And in this case, it's under current price, so this will be support. So, and this gap was 295, 270. So this is a buyer's gap that pushed up about $25. I would not have a problem looking to see what is going on. I would be 79% out the money. I would be okay with that. And that's 56 cents. So, and actually, what I would do in this case is either I would either do this for a 5 spread to make it a 5 spread, would be 81 cents. Or the flip side would be, since this is a 2.5, you can do 2 contracts. That's always possible. Right? So, yes, our list already covered that on the calendar. So we have 2 options to make that to make the collateral the same amount of money on both sides, essentially. So that's where I'll be looking at that. But I definitely will be coming back to look at coin. And to be honest with you, like I said, I do have a coin on the watch list. We'll be paying attention to it. Now that we have a new president, there seems to be pro coin. Pro coin. All right. This is Russell 2000. Gonna mark this first 15-minute calendar. First 15-minute candle. For those who trade the breakout, I trade the 15-minute breakout on Russell. So this is what I'll be coming back and looking at. And I also put an alert. An alert at or above. Bullish for this one. And all I'm doing is when this hits this line, give me an alert, let me know so I can come back and check for the breakout. All right. At or below. There it is. So one of these 2 sides it'll break out on. That'll let me know what I need to do. And how I need to play it. Again, the thing to keep in mind, even though we're early in the market, normally we have what's called the 10 o'clock turnaround. And if you look at most of the charts, you'll see wherever it starts during the day, sometimes you'll see that the price will change direction a little bit. Not all the time, but more than enough. around 10 o'clock, you might see a change, right? It may not stay in that same direction. This is 9:45, 10 o'clock, takes off. You can say, I mean, we can do this all day, actually, but I won't. But but because of that 10 o'clock turnaround, that's why 10 o'clock, so really more so 10:15 is when I start investigating where I'm going to get in if I'm doing something for that day. So you'll hear that phrase 10 o'clock turnaround, but that's what that's referring to. Also, by that same token, if you watch, if you pay attention to the Forex Factory calendar, you will probably notice a lot of, actually no, because I took it off. A lot of the things that are happening in the morning that we report on the Forex Factory calendar. So it makes sense to me that there would be a 10 o'clock turnaround since some of that stuff is happening in the morning anyway. Still got to give it a chance to process and orders to get caught up and all that kind of stuff. So we're looking at SPX. We're on the 15-minute chart, and all I'm doing is just putting in the lines for the 15-minute chart to mark the first candle. That's all I'm doing on this. So when I come back to it, I know where those lines are. And as you can see, what's happening here, when it first started, this candle was it's a full candle. The buyers was pushing this up, and the sellers was like, no, not today, Satan. So, so because of that, it has pushed into the gap from this morning. So now for your 15-minute breakout, this is sitting at the bottom of that. And if you are a SPX trader for the 15-minute, this would be good to keep an eye on. Right? This might be coming down through there, so we'll see. So let us go on and kick it. Our E2T daily declaration: by faith, I am a successful trader. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. Money likes me because money is comfortable around me. It is drawn to me. E2T daily prayer: Lord, give us wisdom and knowledge for our trades today. Help us to make smart and lucrative decisions for our portfolios. Okie dokie, party people. So don't forget, even though we don't have anything on schedule in terms of investing.com or a Forex Factory calendar, that does not mean that nothing is going to go on today that would require us to look at our charts. So keep that in mind. The Mancini numbers are usually pretty solid as far as I'm concerned. So at the very least, we can watch those levels. All right. Our new times for the morning stream: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okie dokie. You all have been fantastic. Thank you for showing up and hanging out this morning. Please click the like button. We'd appreciate that. Show some love with the like button. All right, we'll see you on Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing how the market has changed within those 2 days. And we will catch up with you later. Thank y'all so much and have a fantastic day.